When the apex hunter of 10 worlds stood still, because a human stared back, HFY had stalked prey across 10 different worlds, through crystalline forests of Vex Prime and the methane swamps of Gorlak 7th. Standing nearly 3 meters tall, with 4 arms ending in razor-sharp claws, skin like living obsidian, and predator's eyes that could track movement from kilometers away, he was evolution's perfect killing machine. His species, the Nixthraki, had conquered entire star systems not through technology or numbers, but through pure, undiluted predatory superiority. Today should have been no different. The mining station on asteroid K77 had gone silent 3 rotations ago. Standard protocol: send in the apex hunter to eliminate whatever threat had emerged, probably another infestation of those chittering Veltar parasites, or maybe a rogue mining mech. HFY's mandibles clicked with anticipation as his stealth pod docked with the station's maintenance bay. The corridors were dark, emergency lighting casting everything in hellish red. Perfect hunting conditions. HFY's 4 eyes independently tracked different angles as he moved through the station like liquid death. His thermal vision picked up residual heat signatures, recent deaths, maybe 6 hours old. The scent of fear still lingered in the recycled air, sweet and intoxicating. He found the first bodies in Section C. Mining crew, torn apart with precision. But not by him. The wounds were wrong, too clean, too surgical. Whatever had done this possessed intelligence, strategy. HFY's excitement grew. Worthy prey at last. Following the trail of carnage deeper into the station, he began to notice something odd. The creature, whatever it was, had been methodical. It hadn't just killed. It had hunted the miners through the station like they were animals, herded them, separated them, picked them off one by one. The tactical awareness impressed even HFY. In Section F, he found something that made him pause. Scratch marks on the walls, but not random slashes of claws or mandibles. These were deliberate marks, symbols, a warning system, or perhaps a territorial claim. The unknown hunter was marking its domain. HFY rounded a corner into the main corridor and froze. 20 meters ahead, silhouetted against the strobing emergency lights, stood a creature unlike anything in his databases. Bipedal, smaller than him, barely 2 meters tall, with pale flesh and strange forward-facing eyes. No visible claws or fangs, no natural armor or weapons. By all evolutionary logic, this should have been prey, not predator. But HFY found himself unable to move. The creature, human, his mind supplied from some half-remembered xenobiology briefing, was perfectly still. Not the stillness of something, hiding or cowering, but the absolute motionless state of an apex predator conserving energy before a strike. Its eyes, impossibly bright in the dim light, locked onto his with an intensity that sent unfamiliar signals racing through HFY's nervous system. Those eyes held no fear, no submission. Instead, they carried something that made HFY's 4 hearts skip in unison. Recognition. The human was looking at him the same way he looked at prey. For the first time in his 200-year hunting career, HFY felt prey instincts awakening in his own body. Ancient genetic memories from before his species evolved into perfect. Killers whispered warnings. This human wasn't running, wasn't pleading, wasn't even preparing to fight. It was simply waiting. The staring contest stretched on. HFY tried to analyze the human tactically, but found his predator's mind struggling with contradictions. The creature had no visible weapons, yet the mining station told a story of systematic slaughter. It showed no signs of enhancement or mutation, yet it had outmaneuvered and eliminated an entire crew of experienced miners. Most disturbing of all, it was studying him with the same cold calculation he usually reserved for prey species. Minutes passed. The human's breathing never changed rhythm. Its posture remained relaxed but ready. Those unblinking eyes continued their assessment, and HFY began to understand that he was being hunted in return. Slowly, with movements so subtle that his enhanced vision barely caught them, the human began to shift position. Not retreating, not advancing, just adjusting. angles, improving position, controlling space. Kethavar realized with growing horror that the human had maneuvered him into this corridor deliberately. The lighting, the approach routes, even the positioning of debris, everything had been arranged to give the human maximum tactical advantage. The roles had reversed. The apex hunter of 10 worlds had become the cornered prey. Still, neither moved. The human's eyes held secrets Kethavar's species had never encountered. Behind that calm exterior, he sensed an intelligence that had evolved, not just to survive, but to overcome anything that threatened it. This wasn't a creature that had developed claws or venom or armor. This was a creature that had developed something far more dangerous, the absolute refusal to accept defeat. Kethavar's training told him to attack. His instincts screamed warnings to flee. His experience suggested negotiation. But his ancient, genetic memory, the part of him that remembered being prey himself millions of years ago, whispered the truth. This human had already won. The standoff continued, two apex predators from different evolutionary paths locked in mortal assessment. But only one of them had ever learned to hunt the hunters themselves. In the red-lit corridor of a dead mining station, the greatest predator of 10 worlds discovered that somewhere in the galaxy, evolution had produced something even more terrifying than perfect killing machines. It had produced survivors who stared back,